Imagine a world where cars can fly, zooming past towering skyscrapers and hovering above busy city streets. This futuristic image has been the stuff of science fiction movies for decades, but it's not a realistic future for our lifetimes, nor for the generations after. And I'm sure many people have abandoned the idea of flying cars and left it to the imaginations of futurists from the 50s. But a downside for all car enthusiasts is that cars of the not too distant future are going to be rather boring. While the idea of flying cars may seem exciting, the reality is that most of us struggle to even navigate our cars on the ground. The thought of thousands of cars flying and soaring through the sky seems daunting to say the least. But here's a thought. Cars in the future will not only fail to fly, but they will also be rather boring. Don't get me wrong. Soon, cars will continue to evolve and improve, becoming safer and more efficient. You see, the common car as we know it has its shape as a result of the placement of the engine, the cabin, and the storage area. Take the average Toyota Camry for example. This part houses the engine, and this part houses you and whichever other occupants that you may have in your car. And this part is your storage spaces. And with these three components, with a little factor called aerodynamics, the average car is born. Now we all know there are a lot of variations to this that still more or less follow the same pattern of engine, cabin, and storage. For example, here you have an SUV. Here you find the engine, the cabin, and the storage. Now let's look at the truck. Same thing with the truck. Here's the engine, the cabin, and the storage. Crossover, engine, cabin, storage. You get the idea. But how does all of this matter in determining the cars of the future? Some factors that influence the shape of the car are becoming redundant. Take for example, electric cars are undoubtedly the cars of the future, and they no longer require an engine bay. Instead, there is a space where the engine used to be, which people now refer to it as a frunk, or a front trunk. This means that instead of the traditional engine cabin storage arrangement, electric cars have storage, cabin, storage layout. While this isn't necessarily a bad thing, it no longer makes sense in terms of the design language, as the whole shape of the car was originally formulated by the necessity of having an engine in the storage area. Automakers will soon realize that this traditional design no longer serves a useful purpose. So instead of having an unnecessary front trunk, as an automaker, you might think, well, why not increase the space in the cabin? This change would give people more of the features they want when they actually buy your cars. I mean, after all, who doesn't love a little extra legroom or the occasional reclining seats? So now to accommodate this extra room, it makes more sense for a car to look like a minibus rather than sticking to the traditional design. A 2022 survey conducted by Statista reveals some interesting insights into the features that consumers prioritize when buying a car. The survey found that fuel economy, safety, and low prices were the top 3 features that consumers considered most important. In contrast, design ranked last on the list of priorities. This means that when it comes to purchasing a car, consumers are more concerned with practical aspects such as the fuel efficiency and safety rather than aesthetics. This is an important finding because it suggests that manufacturers who focus on producing reliable and affordable cars with good fuel economy and safety features will be more successful in the market. The survey also indicates that manufacturers such as Toyota and Honda, which are known for producing reliable and affordable vehicles, are most likely continue to mass producing cars that prioritize practical features over design. This will result in a future where cars look more like minibuses as the traditional design language becomes less relevant in a world of electric cars and self-driving cars. So you better get used to seeing these quirky little buses on the roads in the years to come. But that's not all. In the not too distant future, self-driving cars will become a standard. These futuristic vehicles will be able to communicate with each other, making accidents a thing of the past. But here's a catch. It will become illegal to drive your car. That's right, folks. The future may look more like a literal bus than what cars look like today. And with no need for a human driver, the steering wheel and the rear view mirrors will also become obsolete. Some cars such as the Audi e-tron have actually already done away with rear view mirrors. So, the future might be closer than you think. But don't lose hope just yet, because high-end automakers are sure to keep catering to the car enthusiasts among us. So while this may be disheartening for car enthusiasts who appreciate the aesthetics, the design, and the performance of their vehicles, it's important to know that they may still be hope for high-end automakers to cater to this market. As technology continues to evolve, automakers may incorporate features into their designs that appeal to both practical and aesthetic sensibilities. It's worth noting that it's not all doom and gloom. Instead of focusing solely on exterior design, there will be a much greater incentive to invest in higher quality interiors. This means that we can look forward to new cars with luxurious interiors that make you want to take a nap inside. Imagine sinking into plush leather seats, feeling the smoothness of a polished dashboard, and breathing in the fresh scents of a new car. So hopefully the days with cars that have ugly looking interiors such as the Nissan Versa, the Dodge Journey, and the Jeep Renegade will be far gone. With this shift toward interior quality, the driving experience, the riding experience will be elevated to new heights in comfort and elegance. Till next time.